All right, let's go through the different graphics setting. This is Lord of the Rings Online. This is what it looks like at my current settings. And we're just going to do detect optimal. So I got very high, DirectX 11. So there is this, if you want to do PvP, essentially, you can click this button and it's going to lower your settings automatically. I do full screen window. The reason I do windowed, a couple of things. Sometimes I like to just be able to seamlessly scroll over to my browser window. Other times I like to change the volume on the actual computer versus doing the audio here, lowering and raising. The other things that it has, aspect, all of this stuff, ambient lighting and what contrast is all selected for you and put in position. That's all that's changing with ambient light. Brightness, you'll see nothing's really changing with brightness. Kind of doesn't want to get brighter or not. Contrast, doesn't like to change. Gamma levels, doesn't like to change for me. And it might just be my graphics card. This I also have disabled. That's just to make sure that I don't have like, let's do Control F. Down in the bottom corner, you see my FPS is at 62. That's frames per second, so that's what my monitor's putting out to me. And let's see what happens if I go times 8. So I'm still getting pretty good results from the monitor. Let's see if I start moving, if that changes. No, still doing okay. Oh, you see it jumped down a little bit as it starts loading new objects in. And then I stopped out of nowhere. So here you can see packet loss. Let me hit 9 real quick and stop. Bytes that are sent, bytes that are received, and my latency. So you're trying not to get packet loss. I'm going to always have a little bit just because I'm on a wireless. If you were connected to your router directly with a cable, you probably won't have any loss at all. But because I'm wireless, I'll get some. I'm going to set that back to disabled. Let it reload everything here. And then we'll go to advanced. And you can see draw objects. I got very high. Basically everything's checked for the most part. Everything's on high. Over bright bloom. Doesn't really change much here. But in other areas it will. I'll let you read what that says. Now I can tell you I can't explain a lot of the stuff here. I can tell you that when it comes to like rating, taking down your graphics is a little bit better. Triple buffering, like some of these things are going to use more resources on your computer and your graphics card, and it's just going to slow up your gameplay. When I'm just doing normal running around, I'll keep it on very high, whatever the optimal settings are. If I go to, let's say, rating, I might go to medium. And all that's changing right there is just my quality. And you can tell it didn't change a whole lot. I now have a sun reflector there, or whatever's going on. Maybe we'll face this way towards that. So here's what it looks like very low. You can see that the distance has changed on what my graphics card is doing. You can see the grass kind of went away. But if you're struggling and your FPS is going down or you're starting to lag a bunch, lag can be a couple of things. It can be either your computer, it can be your internet, or it can be the server. This server, same couple of things. It could be the server processing, it can be the server connectivity, which would be their internet. And all of that plays in a factor. So essentially 6 factors. 3 are the same on both ends, and you just need all 6 to kind of line up to give you the best playing experience. And that can be hard. Here's what it looks like with low, medium, high. Oh, it didn't even load all the way for high, so I'll give it a second here. And then we'll try ultra high. See if I can handle this. Yep. So ultra high. Let's see what statue looks like. Kind of looks the same. So we'll look at the statue and we'll go very low. You can see birds flying above it. And now on very low, you don't even know it's there. The only way you would know is if you looked at the map and you saw a dwarf statue. So we'll go back to detect. And that's the different graphics settings for Lord of the Rings. Very basic. I'm not going to go into every little detail and button. You can always go if you don't know the different things, like 3D object portraits. That makes sense because you just uncheck that and you'll see your portrait up there. And anybody that you select, let me move that, their portrait's going to be blank. But now I can see that. There's some other things that, like, if you wanted to find out what triple buffering is, you just hover over it and it'll tell you. If you still don't understand it, you can always Google it. But the gist of it is, if you're not sure if your game is lagging because of graphics, because of internet, or the server, you can always lower your graphics to check that. You can always bring up your I'll show you how to do that. There you go. So type in status, connection status. You can click that and it will pop up here. If you want to move it from wherever it is, just control, and then under the backspace key is your /, and you can move it wherever you want, and then just hit that control / again. FPS, your frames per second, is going to be a control F. And that's the video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.